I have just received a giant yarn haul, so I thought I would just show you guys everything that I got. This was all in one order. I am very ashamed to say that it came in 3 separate bags, all Hobbii's yarn, and it's all Friends Cotton 84 Hobbii yarn. For reference, each bag looks this big. I've got a lot of different colours and I have loads of projects in mind already, which I will just take you through as well when I show each specific colour palette. I'm Jessie of Crochet by Jessie. Don't forget to like today's video and let's get into it. Some of you may be here after seeing my crochet ins and outs video, and one of them, one of my outs is me saying that I want to get less yarn. So this may seem extremely hypocritical, but I promise that this was a very intentional purchase. There's quite a few different reasons for it. Number one, the yarn was on a really big deal. So normally when you buy, I think it's 20 skeins or more of this yarn, you get 30% off, but they were doing an extra 10% off everything site-wide. So I had to take advantage of that, and I had loads of projects that I will have been planning and thinking of to do in the future. So I figured I would just get the yarn for all of that in advance now, whilst I can still save a little bit of money and get some more yarn, which otherwise may have been a bit more expensive down the line. So what I'm going to do first is just go through all of this crazy yarn, and then I'm going to show you guys my plans for it and just give you guys a little bit of a close-up, because some of these colours are completely brand new to me. I'm very, very excited to work with them because they're so vibrant and just really pretty. Okay, we have bag number 1. So let's see what is in the first bag out of 3. I'm going to try and hold this up as much as I can because this is actually kind of ridiculous. I'm going to show you the ones where I've got more quantity of each colour, because some of the 10 packs, they kind of just put them all together in one, which is really, really useful. So first of all, you can kind of tell a little bit, the plastic's kind of disguising the colour, but I got 10 skeins of the Americano, which is actually the really deep brown that I'm using in the Lithos jumper here behind me. I really like this colour. It's very good as kind of being like either the feature colour or just that colour that you keep consistently throughout a project. So I thought that that would be amazing for any project I decide to include it in. The other 2 colours that I decided to get 10 skeins of each were white and black. I have a project which I will be talking a little bit about in a second when I give you guys like my breakdown of everything. But yeah, this is going to be an exclusively black and white project, and I'm looking forward to that because that's pretty different to everything else I've done. I'm normally quite crazy with colours, so I'm just trying to change things up a little bit with my designs. The rest of this bag, we have loads of different greens. So we have malachite green. I love this colour. It's extremely vibrant. I believe I have, let me check, I think I've got 4 or 5 in this colour because I want this to be a feature colour for the project it's going to be in. Oh my god, there's so much green. Okay, I think I got 4. Yeah, I think I got 4 for that. So this is malachite green. It is such a beautiful shade. I really wanted to have colours that felt like vibrant, but also kind of like a classy vibrant, if that makes sense. I just wanted to make sure that the colour palettes felt very elevated, but also just still really fun. And yeah, I'm really, really happy with how this shade looks in person. Next, I have 4 more shades of green, and I've got 3 in each colour, so I'll go through all of the ones that I got for this as well. So first of all, don't judge me because I am using my iPad to make sure I'm telling you guys the correct shade and colour name for all of these colours, in case you happen to like one and you want to get it yourself. So this colour is 114 and it is the Sage colour. I have used this before in other projects. It's really, really lovely. So this is Sage. I've got 3 lots, so 3 skeins of this colour. This next colour is colour 113 and that is Misty Green. For me, this is kind of like a lighter sage green, despite obviously being called Misty Green, but this just pairs really nicely, and this is the lightest out of the greens I've gone for because I wanted one that was still subtle but still like very much green, so it's kind of like a pastel kind of green instead. Next, this one here is bottle green, so this is colour 112. You can tell I'm clearly going for the very similar colour shades given the fact that all the numbers are nearly identical, but I have used this before in previous projects and it just works up very nicely, so I thought it'd be a good addition as a darker shade of green. And then finally, this is colour 116. This is Hunter Green. I'm pretty sure I used that for the project behind me again, the Lithos jumper. This works up really nicely. So I've got some deep greens but just slightly different shades, so they'll work up very nicely. And so I got 3 lots of all of the greens I showed you, except for the malachite, which was the start, which I got 4. That is the first bag of yarn. I will say that was probably packed the most, so there was more in that compared to some of the other ones. But let's get started and see what is in bag number 2. Here is bag number 2. So this one has got a lot of variety of colours. There's loads of different shades in here. First of all, I have 2 skeins here in colour number 17, which is cognac. I'm so bad at pronouncing that. But I've used this colour again many times. I've used that colour in the Lithos jumper. We're seeing a bit of a trend. This is a bit of a go-to colour. I've used it quite a few times. I believed I used it in the Tesserae jumper as well, I think. And I just love this again. I'm really enjoying like rusty tones like this shade. This is colour 54, which is Pink Berry Smoothie. I have not worked with this shade before, but I am very excited to see how it looks. I wanted to try and get quite a few different shades for this yarn haul, and I really wanted to focus on getting some different pinks, but I just think that this looks pretty. It's colourful, yet also kind of subtle as well still. So yeah, 2 skeins of this as well. This yarn here is colour 48, which is dark magenta. This is another colour which is completely new to me. I love how deep and vibrant this is. I only got 2 skeins because my plan is this is going to be one of the pops of colour that I have in projects, but I just feel like it's going to make such a statement with what a little I use it for, because it looks so fun. So very, very pleased with how this looks. It looks exactly like I hoped it would in person, and I'm already very excited to include it in a project. This is colour 37, which is rosewood. I've got 2 skeins of this. I have used rosewood in quite a lot of my projects, so it's kind of like a staple which I know I'm always going to love, and it just suits well with a lot of different colour palettes. This is colour 93, which is lapis blue. This is another completely new colour to me. It is a lot deeper than a lot of the blues I tend to incorporate in my work, which is just really fun. And again, very, very vibrant colour. It's going to stand out so nicely in whatever project I choose to use it for. And again, I just did 2 skeins for this as well. This is colour number 42, which is cranberry. I used 2 skeins again. Well, I purchased 2 skeins. I'm pretty sure I've used this before. And again, I just really like the shade for this one. So excited to use this as well. If you guys couldn't already tell, I've got a lot of skeins where I've only got like 2 in each colour. The reason I do that is because it goes very, very far in a project. A lot of these were only 2 colours, well, 2 skeins for each colour, sorry. And yeah, it stretches a lot further than you'd think. And with me, I'm trying to incorporate as many colours as possible. So a few of them, I've got more of the skeins in one colour, but a lot of them it's just 2. This is colour 53, which is antique rose. I feel like I've used this before, or it's in my yarn stash to potentially use soon, but I really like this one. Again, more pinks in my yarn stash. I wanted a really nice subtle one, and I feel like this is the perfect colour. This is colour number 108 in the shade Pistachio. I really like how this is a slightly more vibrant version of the olive green colour. I think that again, this is going to be a beautiful pop of colour in a project, and I got 2 skeins of this as well. This is colour 92, which is Lagoon, another completely new shade to me. I really like that this feels kind of like a medium toned blue, which I don't really have a lot of myself, which I think will just work up very, very nicely depending, well, I'd say it looked nice in any colour palette personally. But yeah, so I've got 2 skeins of this as well. This is colour number 90, which is Capri Blue. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. I've only got 2 skeins in this colour. Again, this is another brand new one. I realised I haven't really used a lot of blue shades, so I just thought I'd really get some different blues that will look really nice in a project, but be quite different to the ones that I've already worked up and designed. I also just realised I'm only on the second bag. This feels slightly ridiculous, but do bear with me. This is colour 84, which is French blue, another brand new colour to me, and I've got 2 skeins in it as well. This is colour number 21, which is pastel yellow. I've used this before in quite a few projects and some that I'm currently working on. It's just gorgeous, and it feels very much in keeping with springtime, so maybe that also influenced it, because I wanted a little bit more sunshine because I want spring to come, and it's been so miserable lately, so I feel like this is just a little bit of sunshine, and hopefully gonna help make the weather be a bit nicer. So again, I got 2 skeins of this colour. This is colour number 36, which is Blush. I've got 2 skeins of this colour, and it's brand new to me. I will say, very, very happy with this one because it looked a tiny bit more orangey on the website, but I'm really pleased with this shade. I feel like I'm more inclined to get it in the future as well now, because I was slightly put off with how it looked online. I was a bit like, might be a bit of a risk. But I really like this. This is going to go gorgeous with whatever project I choose to use it for. This is colour number 3, which is Oat Milk. I have used this for many, many projects. I just realised I thought I got less than 10, but I think I did get 10 lots of this colour, but for some reason it wasn't in a 10 pack. Maybe they didn't have one at hand. So I have got 10 skeins of Oat Milk because it's very good as kind of being like that colour or shade you have throughout a project where you just use a bit more of it. So yeah, that is the second bag done. Here is bag number 3. I will say it's probably the smallest that's very likely a good thing considering how much yarn I have just shown you guys already. So let's see the last of my insanely giant yarn haul. And again, lots of different shades for this one. So this is colour number 60, which is Black Cherry. I have used this once before. It was in my version of the Eros jumper. I really like the fact that it's quite subtle in the shade. It's so dark, but you still do get that slight pop of colour, but just not in a in-your-face kind of way compared to other shades. So I got 2 skeins of this colour. This is Nightshade, which is colour number 64. I got 2 skeins in this. I'm pretty sure I have used this before. Honestly, I've used quite a lot of purple, so the colours do kind of mesh in my head a little bit, but I'm pretty sure I have used this. And again, it's just going to be a gorgeous addition to whatever project I use it for. This is colour number 58, aka Dusty Mauve. I use this as well for the Eros jumper, and again, it's just another really nice yarn just to keep in my yarn stash, and I will definitely look forward to using this in a project soon. You guys saw that I got some pistachio coloured yarn earlier, but now we are on to Olive, which I mentioned, which is colour 109. I've used this for loads of projects, and again, I really enjoy this one. It's lovely to work with, and it goes with so many different colours as well. This is colour number 43. I believe you pronounce it as Bordeaux. I have used this as well in previous colours, including the Lithos jumper. Again, we've got a bit of a trend. I really liked the colours in this palette, so I thought I'd just get some more of it. And I got 2 skeins of this as well. This is colour 97, which is Dark Teal. Again, another colour I used in the Lithos jumper. But what can I say? It just looks lovely, and I got 2 skeins of this as well. This is colour 52, aka Dusty Rose. I'm pretty sure I have used this before as well, probably in the Eros jumper, knowing me. I got another 2 skeins of this. This is colour 62, which is Plum. Again, I've used this for something, I know I have, and I got 2 skeins for it as well. This is colour 88, which is Turkish Blue. I have got 2 skeins in this colour. I'm pretty sure I have a couple more in my yarn stash, but they have already been committed towards another project, and I just thought it looked lovely in person, so I thought I'd get some more. We're getting there now, there's not much left to show you. This is colour 98, which is Eucalyptus. I have used this in loads of projects. The first time I used it was the Tesserae jumper, probably one of my favourite shades that I have worked with. I just keep coming back to it, so it's always good to just have some of that in my yarn stash to be able to use for another project. This is colour 80, which is Denim. This is another new shade to me. Again, trying to stock up in some more blues, which I think will look nice together. So I thought I would try a new shade, and I really like just the grey blue look of this one. This is colour 87, which is Midnight Blue. I'm pretty sure that was one of the shades I used in the Lithos jumper again. Another one that I like, similar to the Black Cherry from earlier, is it's so deep, but you can just still see the slight shade of it. It will just look great in whatever project I choose to use it for, so I got another 2 skeins for this. This is colour number 79, which is Open Sea, and this is the last of my entire yarn haul. I got 2 skeins in this colour. I definitely believe I've used this before, probably for the Tesserae jumper if I'm remembering correctly from the top of my head, but another one that is just a really nice subtle blue that will just go towards all the other blue shades that I've got, so it will go nicely with whatever I choose to pair it with. Well, that took ages. It made me realise again just how much yarn I did go for, but now for the fun part, I am going to show you guys a little bit of a plan for what I'm going to do with all of this and what kind of colours are going to go with what for my projects that I have in mind. So here is colour palette number 1. This is the black and white project I'm going to work on. I have got one of each out of the bags here purely because the plastic made the shades look a little bit off, and I wanted you guys to know what it was looking like. This project is going to hopefully be a Wednesday inspired either oversized vest or jumper. I'm not entirely sure yet. The reason I'm thinking of that is because I always love what kind of like knitted work or crochet work I see in the Wednesday series. And so I thought I'd really want to make something just a little bit inspired by that, just using 2 colours because that's pretty different to my work in general. And I really wanted a piece just to remind me of one of my favourite TV series. Here is my lovely and chaotic colour palette for my second project. These are all of the greens that I went through, minus the pistachio and the olive green that I showed you earlier. This is malachite green. I want it to be the main colour for this project, hence me getting one extra skein of this colour. And I am inspired by malachite crystals. I actually have one myself, which I just really want to pair with this piece. And my overall goal is to create another jumper, which is just completely green, very different to any of my other pieces. I think the only other fully green piece I've done was my Tesserae top, which was my first ever pattern that I designed. So here are all of the colours that I'm going to use. So I have, I believe it's 5 different shades, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I really am looking forward to seeing how this is going to work up, because it's so fun having just this really bold green to use. This next colour palette here is not particularly set in stone, but I just really like how all of these colours work up, well, how they look together, and I think they would work up quite nicely together. I am kind of feeling a slightly more tropical inspired colourway, kind of colour palette for this project. I am excited to use pistachio, as I may have used this once before, but I think I only had one skein of it at the time. And out of all of this, I have used the pastel yellow once before, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are completely new to me. I definitely have not used them before. I'm very, very excited to see how the blush colour works up, and the dark magenta. And I just feel like this will be quite like a fun holiday-esque kind of colourway, which will probably inspire what I choose to make with it, because I'll probably want something a bit more in keeping. So for example, I probably wouldn't make a jumper using this, something maybe more as like a spring or summery piece instead, I'm thinking. I really like how these colours look together. I think that this is still a slightly subtle colourway, but again, not really colours that you would probably put together traditionally. I really like how these top 3 look together and these 3 look together. But then I actually decided I really like how all 6 colours look. And that would give me 12 skeins, which is a really good amount. I wouldn't be able to get a jumper or a cardi done, for example, but I might be able to get some kind of vest done, or maybe like a t-shirt or a long sleeve tee. Not really sure on this one for what I would make, but I really, really like these colours together. This next colour palette, again, I'm slightly undecided if I am going to keep it like this. I don't know if I want one which again feels very, very similar, because I'm going for the same kind of colours just in different shades, or if I want to change it up a bit and kind of just add in some different colours, remove some of these. But right now I do think they look lovely together. If I do end up using them together, I'm not entirely sure, but I do think that they would work up gorgeous regardless. I just don't know if I want a piece that will stand out a little bit more. Here are the rest of the colours from the haul. I also realised that these are loads of the colours again for the Eros jumper. I'm probably not going to use a lot of these yarns together, because again, it looks very, very similar to the Eros jumper. However, it will probably be the case that with the previous colour palettes I showed you guys, that I do end up swapping some of these colours in, and some of those other colours that I showed already may end up with some of these colours here. I love this colour palette together, don't get me wrong, I think it looks great, hence me already basically doing this colour palette, but I'm very, very conscious that I want each specific piece and each palette to just look very different and have its own unique identity. But I'm just so happy with all the colours in general. All the shades look so pretty and vibrant. I have so much fun picking colours and colour palettes and trying to have like a different vibe with everything that I do. Let me know as well if you guys just need any extra suggestions of colour palettes you like, because as you can see, I love to work with colour. It's so much fun, and hopefully you'll get some inspiration with what I'm going to be working on colour-wise, and maybe you'll want to make something similar. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I love a good yarn unboxing, yarn haul video, and being able just to give you guys a bit of insight as to what projects I have in mind for all of my yarn. It's just very exciting for me. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you want to see more content such as this, as well as pressing the button to make sure you don't miss out on my next video as well. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to my very enthusiastic yarn haul, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!